Good evening. Tonight we're going to try and give a small overview of what the town meeting is going to be consisting of, which is being held at Mashpee High School on Monday, May 2nd at 7 p.m. With me is Chris Avis, Chairman of the Board of Finance, our town manager, Rodney Collins, and myself, John Kaling, as the Chairman of the Board of Selectmen. For those of you who don't know, the entire town warrant and budget is made up of the town manager's. It's his budget. The Finance Committee reviews and makes suggestions on it, and the Board of Selectmen oversee the entire warrant and make suggestions during the warrant. I'd like to introduce Rodney now to give an overview of what he thinks is important for the town meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Under the special meeting in Article 2, there's going to be a transfer of funds to cover the snow and ice deficit. In Article 3, there will be a reorganization recommended that will include a Department of Natural Resources. In Article 5, there is going to be an affordable housing article. Currently, I would like to point out that an MOU is under review by legal counsel. In Article 6, this will fund finishing the Great River boat ramp, and it will provide for a double-wide ramp. In Article 7, it will fund the Aquay boat ramp. In Article 8, it will fund the Edward A. Baker ramp, or otherwise known as Pirates Cove. And in Article 10, there'll be a transfer from the Community Preservation Reserve to fund the disc golf project at 156 Ashumet. That covers the snapshot of the special meeting. Now getting into the regular town meeting in Article 2, the operating budget. Overall, it's a 1.7% increase. This does cover all contractual obligations. It maintains level services. It does provide for a couple of staff adjustments, including one at the library. There will be an establishment of the Natural Resources Department, as mentioned. That will include the harbor master and the shellfish constable. It also funds overtime, which had been identified as a problem after review. It also covers professional development, which has been identified as a priority. And I would also defer at this point to the Finance Committee.
Sure. So the Finance Committee is tasked under the charter to perform a couple of actions. We only sort of supervise the process, but also make recommendations. One of the things that we are tasked with is to provide the best estimate of the tax rate, which will be with this budget put together. What we are, and now there's a lot of moving parts with the ratables as far as the property tax, property base rate of what that may be, along with how the budget is formulated and so forth. So, and that's including the cherry sheet, the municipal receipts and reimbursements. So our best estimate that we can say today for almost a year away is that the rate will be $9.15 per thousand. Now that's up 7 cents per thousand on the 9/11, which I should say was we projected a tax rate, of $9.11 for last year, fiscal 2016, and it actually, the final rate came in at $9.08. There's a lot of moving parts, but we feel as though that's our best guess estimate. The other thing we tried to do is to go through and just look at, in the town manager's budget, any major fluctuations and point them out. You'll see in your warrant book that was mailed to your house on page 14 The line item 45, the school department has an increase of $374,000, which actually is only a 1.83% increase year over year, which is probably one of the lowest I think we've seen in quite some time. So that was a lot of hard work, I know, by Paul Funk, the town manager, and George Smith, putting that budget together. Also on line 46, the DPW, there was a salary increase of about $79,000, $79,000, which is mainly due for the funding of an assistant Department of Public Works position. Three others notable DPW expense. What you'll see is in line 47 and 48 are some increases in the infrastructure of the fields. Catherine, who's our DPW director, feels as though that she needs some additional funding for the fields as far as getting them up to, getting them upgraded with some equipment like mowers, irrigation, and so forth. Also, some preventative maintenance on the solar bee circulators over in Santua Pond, and some additional costs for playground inspectional services. So the other only large line item right now is our medical insurance line, which is a projected increase from what I understand, but it should be pretty much locked up as we speak today, of a little over $500,000. And again, that's a 9% projected increase in the Cape Cod Municipal Health Benefits Group. But overall, the Finance Committee has gone along with all of the budget line items that the town manager has proposed to us, as well as to the selectmen, and we're all in agreement that this is a very fiscally conservative budget. It doesn't jump too much into our reserves. Excuse me, if we look at real quick, just sort of the receipts that would be coming in is about $11 million. We're only tapping into about $1.8 million to fund the budget, and the rest of $45 million were raised by taxes. So very much in line with year over year a budget, omnibus budget. So the Finance Committee, again, is in approval of the entire omnibus budget.
Thank you very much, Chris. Under Article 19, this will prohibit smoking at the town beaches. Article 20 is a marijuana bylaw. And in addition, there are some petitioned articles. I will read them verbatim. Article 21, to see if the town will vote to direct the Board of Selectmen to place the following question on the next town election ballot. Quote, shall the residents of the town of Mashpee petition the town selectmen and the tribe to enter into meaningful and timely intergovernmental consultations and coordination of land use planning, transportation planning, environmental impacts on projects, the development of municipal regulations, policies, and plans that significantly or uniquely affect the federally recognized tribe of the Mashpee Wampanoag, and to provide effective mechanisms for just and fair redress for any such activities, and to take appropriate measures to mitigate adverse environmental, economic, social, cultural, or spiritual and religious impact, close quote. That is, again, submitted by petition. Additionally, Article 22 is submitted by petition, and I will read it verbatim. Quote, to see if the town will vote to direct the Board of Selectmen to place the following question on the next town election ballot. Shall the residents of the town of Mashpee petition the town selectmen requiring that the town move to return forthwith the remaining undeveloped land parcels identified in the selectmen's 2015 land disposition project to the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe, and to prohibit any future sale, conservation, or reserve and other uses of Mashpee lands identified in the project, close quote.
To verify one thing, on all the articles, the Board of Selectmen usually vote beforehand at a town meeting whether they approve of it or do not approve it, or what the vote was. On these particular two petition articles, we have put them off until town meeting for a couple of reasons. Number one, we're waiting for a reply from a letter from the tribe about what their intentions are, or whether it's a tribal thing or a private citizen's thing. The second thing is our department heads, especially our financial department heads, are preparing a summary of what the effects to the town would be giving away that much acreage in property value. So we will be reporting at town meeting findings on that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my finance team, consisting of the finance director, the town treasurer, and the town assessor. They have been most helpful in the assembly of data for the purposes of reviewing and preparing the town manager's recommended budget. In addition, I thank the Finance Committee for their time and efforts in review of each and every line item. And finally, I would just like to add, if any citizen has any questions or any concerns, feel free to give me a call at 508-539-1401, or you can email me at rccollins@mashpema.gov. Thank you very much, and have a good night.
For listening to our short presentation. Even more so, I'd like to see all our voters try to get out to town meeting this year. It's for those of you who have not gone, it's kind of a unique night. It's kind of a, meet your neighbors night. And you'll also find out a lot of things you didn't know about the town and how it's run. So don't forget, it's the Mashpee High School, Monday, May 2nd, 2016 at 7 p.m. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Chairman Avis?
I would just reiterate, Chairman Cahalan said, is we'd love to see more faces at town meeting. And to your point, Rodney, anytime, any questions, we also have an email address, fincom@mashpee.mass.gov, and send them along. We'll cheerfully answer any questions.
Thank you very much. And again, please participate in your open town government. Thank you.